Hai guys dan selamat kembali ke Studio Sembang bersama saya, Amy. Dalam studio hari ni, kita tak ada guest, which means dah tiba masanya for us to welcome another international guest yang bakal perform dekat Malaysia pada 17 Oktober yang akan datang. Siapa lagi kalau bukan Violette Wautier. So hari ni dia setuju untuk meluang masa bersama kami dan sembang dalam Studio Sembang. So let's go talk to her. Hi Violette, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited to be speaking to you. So you're coming to KL.
Hi.
You're coming to KL next month?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. And so on our show, normally we do a lot of like profiles with entertainers and singers and actors. And so we always ask the same question to start off the show, which is, what was your childhood like?
My childhood is, I grew up in Bangkok, but it's a very confusing time for me because I was born in Japan, Yokohama. So I stayed there until I was 2, and then I came back to Thailand, but I'm half Thai, half Belgian.
Yeah.
So I'm always like in betweens of everything.
Yeah. I kind of can relate because I'm a third culture kid as well. My mom is Malaysian and my dad is Scottish.
Because I was just thinking. Yeah, like I can tell that you're halfies too.
Yeah, you get me. So I totally understand that kind of concept because that was very much my childhood as well. What was it like growing up in a multicultural household? I'm sure your upbringing must have been very different, but also kind of like fun. You get so many different experiences coming from so many different backgrounds.
I mean, I do, and like European culture and Thai culture is very, very different. So I think, like, in a way, I get to see what things are in betweens. And sometimes when my mom and my dad, they don't agree on things, I would pick the side that I would agree on.
Okay, I get you.
And that is convenience for me, so yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. What language did you speak growing up at home?
I speak Thai with my mom. I speak French with my dad. And when we all speak together, it's in English.
Okay, so you've been trilingual from like the youngest possible age. That's so cool.
Yeah, but like all of the language that I speak are not strong. So like I'm very bad at it, all 3 of them.
Don't be silly. Your English, at least from what I can tell, is really good. So you're fine. I guess my question is, like, growing up, did you spend a lot of time with your family listening to music? Like, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I always knew I wanted to be an artist because I started watching Disney at a very, very young age, and I fell in love with like Disney music. So I've always been singing like princesses songs and, you know, a lot of kid songs, also like Barbie, like, you know. So I kind of knew that I want to be a singer, an artist of some sort, but I don't know yet what kind of artist I wanted to be. I know that I just want to sing. That's it. But then, you know, when I grow up a little, I get to know Taylor Swift, and I'm like, she's 14 and she writes her own song. I mean, I'm at that age. I guess I can do that. Like, you know, so I start writing.
Yeah. In school, like, what did you study? What did you major in? At what point did you reckon that you wanted to kind of like make this transition into becoming a singer full time?
Well, I actually didn't study in music. I studied in films.
That's what I saw. I saw, if I'm not mistaken, you studied cinematography?
Why, right? It's why not music? I understand. But because, like, I don't have, like, a strong music foundation, I guess. I mean, I don't know, like, a lot of theory in music. I just do it by sense. And for the movies, because I always have, like, this passions of the films. But some reason, I think there's something similar. It's, like, about storytelling. But it's just another sort of art. So music is like another storytelling, films also. So I mean, I combine them together. When I write my own music, I try to see it as a film and, you know, show it as a scene. So that's how I approach writing in music.
I totally agree. I think like songs are just a different form of storytelling, and it's kind of like acting as well. Every time you perform or you sing your song, it's just with a melody, right? When did you start writing music? Was that very young, or?
I think I started writing when I was around like 15. No, like 15-ish. Mm-hmm. And because I liked the boy, so like, you know, write music about a boy. and that kind of stuff. It's very basic, but yeah.
That's so
how
cute.
I started.
What was your first song about, like, in terms of, like, a boy that you liked? And then also, like, have you ever released it? Or, like, has anyone ever listened to it?
I would never, ever release it, though. It's, like, so embarrassing.
Do you still have it?
I don't have it, but I still can remember it because it's the first song that I wrote.
Yeah. Which is super iconic. I think, like, you never know. You should keep it.
I'm not going to to you. No.
No, I wasn't going to make you, but, like, in the future, you might want to release it or, like, remix it or, like, rewrite it or something. I think that'd be really cool.
We'll never know, I guess.
We'll never know. I guess
but
we'll
I'm pretty
find out.
sure
We'll
it's
find
not
out.
going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, in 2013, your career kind of first started when you took part in The Voice, Thailand. And at that time, it was like season 2, I believe, in Thailand. What made you decide that you wanted to take part in The Voice? And how did you feel? Were you nervous? Was it your idea? Were your family, like, very supportive? What happened during that time?
What happened was I really lost my confidence in singing. And I just wanted to prove it to myself, I guess. I just want to know if I was good enough. So I just went there without telling anyone. Because if I don't pass, then nobody's going to know, you know? So I just went there, did the audition, like the first round. And then I passed. And I'm like, interesting. Like, okay, I think I'm good enough, I guess. Like, you know, that... It just really gains a lot of confidence back. And after that, I start telling, like, people around me, and they're, like, just cheering me on. And, I mean, The Voice was, like, life-changing experience because it opened so many doors of opportunities for me. So, yeah, that's how I started getting into, like, the business.
When you say you didn't tell anyone, you mean, like, you didn't even tell your parents? You just, like, went completely by yourself?
Yeah. For, like, the first round audition, like, not on TV.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, you must have been so nervous. At the time, you were only 19, right?
Yes, I was.
And how did you pick, like, I don't know how it works because I've never taken part in The Voice, but in your first audition, the one that wasn't on TV, did you sing the same song as you did in your TV audition? How did you, like...
I sang Mumford & Sons.
Okay. How did you pick the song? Like, what made you choose, I guess... Yeah.
For the first round audition, not on the TV, right?
I mean, you can tell me the story for both.
Okay. Well, how did I pick? I just really love The Cave, like the song The Cave from Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
So I just went and sing there. Like, I didn't prepare myself much. I don't know how it works. You know, like those kind of auditions, it's my first time. So I just go and I sang. And they're like, oh, can you sing to us more in Thai? And I'm like, any song that pops up in my head. So I just sang it. Like, I don't even remember now, like, what song I picked.
Yeah. Your TV audition, though, I watched it and I thought it was, like, so crazy. It gave me goosebumps because, and I think everyone probably there had the same kind of experience. All 4 judges turned around for you. You sang so well and you seemed, I think, so confident on stage. You didn't look nervous at all. I was like, what type of 19-year-old is this? If it was me, I would have been shaking. Oh, my God.
You have no idea. Like, okay, that's called, like, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Like, the type of situation.
True. I get you.
In my head, like, everyone was like, oh, oh my God, you're so into this song. You're, like, closing your eyes, singing and everything. But the truth is, in my head, like, I was freaking out. So I was telling myself to, like, just finish the song.
Okay, well, nobody would have been able to guess.
Like that, because I was ready to, like, throw out the mic and everything because one of the judges turned and I'm like, but I mean, I have to keep it all together and sing.
Yeah. It's so crazy that all this was going through your head because from just watching the audition, it looked like you had performed on stage like 1,000,001 times before. Was that your first time on stage?
Well, on TV, yes, but, like, on stage, I mean, in, like, bars, no, because before I was doing this audition, my dad and my friends were forcing me to, like, okay, you have to practice singing on stage. So they would get me drunk and then they they would push me onto like the stage in a bar and let me sing a song. Like, ask a band to like, oh, hey, can she sing, please?
Yeah. That's pretty good practice. I mean, like, you get real live audience. I think The Voice is also very intimidating because most of the audience there are probably used to seeing singers, and so, I don't know, it seemed like a very, very nervous experience, but I think that was the first of many awesome performances for you after that. So my question is, after you kind of like finished your time in The Voice, after that, what was like the next step for you in terms of creating a career for yourself? Because that video, your audition, it went completely viral. It has 55 million views, I think, on YouTube now, which is amazing. But what did it feel like at the time?
I'm very cringing on that video.
I think that's everyone. Like, when we look back at our old stuff, we're like, ugh. But it's kind of iconic.
But I mean, also, like, it really reminds me... Sorry?
It's iconic.
Oh, thank you. Well, as I was saying, I think like that video really reminds me of how I started. Like, sometimes when you're doing like all of this, sometimes you get lost. And going back to that video, seeing your young self singing, and you can see like that young Violette person is like only there for like her passion. And I think like it's so like true and genuine, and it reminds me of why I'm still doing this,
Mm-hmm. I can understand that, I think.
Yeah.
So after you finished The Voice, you actually started singing like for an OST for The Swimmers, I think, if I'm right, which you also acted in. That was like the next step that I found in your career. And so how did you get that offer? And how did you manage to like act as well? Which I guess from what I see is you always wanted to be a singer, but then you ended up acting and singing in the same project. How did that happen?
The director saw me from The Voice, and he contacted me because he felt like I was really... like when I was singing, I was really like showing all the emotions on stage. So he felt like, oh, from her eyes, he could tell like, oh, she probably can act, because like it's genuine, like the emotions there and everything. So they asked me to go cast for like a movie, and then I got the part. So once I got the part, they're like, oh, since you're a singer anyway, just sing the soundtrack. So that's how I got like both of them.
That's so cool. At that point, did you realize that this was actually going to end up being like your full-time career?
No, at the beginning, no at all. I was just there for like boosting my confidence. And it's like really fun. It was a really fun experience because I get to meet a lot of music people, and like, TV shows and all those kind of stuff is very new to me, like the show business. So it was really like eye-opening experience. And once it ends for me, because I got knocked out really quick, right? I just felt like it ends like, oh, it's a game. It's finished. Okay, cool. But the thing is, like, the tape hasn't been aired. So once it was aired, it was like, oh, okay, this just got real. Like, okay, things are coming in. I guess, like, I could do this. But, like, I was so young. I was, like, 20 at the time. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. I know I want to make music, so I start writing. I was signed to Universal, and then I start, okay, I want to release this kind of song, but also I was still in university. So it was like the juggle between works and study, and I didn't do that much of work. Like, I wish if I go back in time, I would make like so many more music, but I was so focusing on like university life. It was fun, so I had the best time of my life, like juggling between like student life and artist life.
Yeah, I think having a career and studying at the same time is kind of impossible because they're both like pretty full-on jobs, and it takes up so much of your time that it kind of becomes something that is impossible to do. But obviously you chose to pursue your career, and that ended up being like the perfect choice for you as well, I think, at the time.
Yes, I think so. Like, even though like during study, it's not a lot of, we don't do a lot of shows that much. We still do like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on like the day off.
Yeah.
And I mean, after I graduated, I know this is like, okay, this is every day for me now, like this job.
When you were doing The Voice, how many years did you have left of before graduating?
I was only in like sophomore year. I had 3 years left.
Oh my God, so you had quite a little bit left. But that's crazy to know about because like when I was doing the research on all of the things that you did a lot during that time. You were acting and you were also singing as well and studying at the same time. How did you manage your time?
Manager. You have a manager to do that.
But still, I can't believe that just like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you managed to film like so many things and make so many songs and stuff. That's amazing.
Well, I mean, for filming, you know, like it's just like during like holidays, like when you're done with school and you what's the word for it, like vacances. It's
Like school holidays, like end of year or summer.
yeah, school holidays, yeah, and we just do that on school holidays. And I mean, I don't remember as well how I juggled, but I know sometimes I would miss class, but I make sure that it's not too much.
Yeah. Was it very stressful for you at the time? Or did you feel like, I don't feel stressed about this at all because this is what I really want to do with my life?
I mean, I don't feel stressed that much because I feel like in school, you're supposed to make mistakes. And if I fail, it's all right. I can do like the next year or whatever. But like for the career, I mean, I don't want to do mistakes in career. So like, it's okay. If uni doesn't work out, we'll probably gonna do more year, but it's okay. It's okay, I guess. I was thinking like that.
Yeah, I get you. So after that, you started like doing all of this and juggling all of your time so well, by the way. And then in 2015, I think you came out with your first ever song. Is that right? Whisper?
That was 2015?
2015, yeah.
Huh. I see. I don't remember like it was that far in already.
But that song did really, really, really well. I think like a question that I had for you is, what did it feel like to kind of transition from making these songs that were OST of like the projects that you were acting in to like releasing your first ever song as an artist is a really big deal because you have to like define yourself in your music and what your fans can expect from you. So what was the thought process? How did you come up with this song? How long did it take you? Tell us the story.
I mean, I know that song I wrote like really quickly, but I was still trying to find my own sound. Like I still don't know who I was as an artist. I mean, I know I'm a storyteller, and I always write on like guitar or piano, and I'm all about lyrics, you know. So I start writing with that, and that song is still like very, very acoustic sound because I still don't know what to do with like all of the dimensions of the song and the sound. So I just stick to like what I am, very bedroom, very like, okay, minimal. So that's why the first song I didn't try to go out of my way to find a new sound yet. I just want to be myself where I'm very comfortable, but it's very minimal. Yeah.
Did it
But
feel
right now
like...
I'm very maximal.
I saw your most recent music video. It's so cool. Like the whole like fighting scene and then the pink fluffy monster. It's so cool. I think you can see like how you've really evolved as an artist, but it's so interesting to look back at like where you first started to see kind of like the raw version of you in a way. And you wrote that song really fast?
Yes, I wrote it very fast. Like in a day, I think. That's it.
For your first like major single that did so well, you wrote that in a day?
Yeah, I think that's how I remember it, but maybe it's more, but I think it was in a day.
Dude, that's so cool. It's awesome. Okay, so after you came out with Whisper, you also made a cover song that same year with Billy from Tilly Birds. And that one went like really, 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 really viral as well. I think 200 million views. So was this like...
Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm like...
It's a really good cover, actually, by the both of you. So during that year, was that when you started to feel like more confident and more secure in yourself as an artist? Because you have your own song out now, you're really making waves, people love you. At which point did you start feeling like more confident in the way that your career was going?
I mean, I've never think of it like of how confident I am with the career, because I think like, oh, it's fun. Let's do it. Like, I just didn't think much. I was so young that I didn't think this through. I just do it, whatever it's in front of me, and I had fun with it, and that's the most important thing, I guess. And because at that age, I was willing to try anything. I was so young. I don't even know if I'm gonna like this or that, so I just do everything to know if I like it or not. So that's why I get to do so many opportunities. But now, yeah. But now, like I know myself more. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's just the part of kind of like growing into yourself and becoming more grounded in who you are. You made a really interesting decision though in 2018 that like when I was reading up about you, I thought this was a really, like this was a very girl boss move. In 2018, you decided to leave your label and start your own label and start making your music.
It's not a label,
It's
but
not
like
a label?
I go independent.
Yeah,
Yes.
you decided to go independent and
No,
that...
it's not a label, but I just yeah, it's the name. It's the name of my company that I put it on, like just to make it cool, like Wautier Record.
Yeah, but it sounds really cool, and I guess that's kind of that's a really brave thing to do.
Well, it was a time, I guess. I mean, I felt like it was a new chapter for me because at the time things were not going the way I wanted, and I felt like I didn't have the control of my career, I guess. So that's why I decided to go independent and start writing Glitter and Smoke.
Mm-hmm. And when you went independent, one of the big changes that you made is you started making more music in English. Was that kind of a scary transition for you? Did you worry that your existing fan base would not be able to relate to you maybe as much in a different language? Like, why did you make this choice?
I don't know. Maybe I was very delusional and I just I didn't think much. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I was brave. I wouldn't say I was brave. I was just, it felt like the right move and it felt like what I wanted to do. And I didn't think much because I feel like if my fans truly love me, they would understand that. And I mean, music is like a universal language, even though you don't understand all the lyrics. And if you vibe to it, that's enough. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm just going to try this. And if it can go out of Thailand too, that would be really cool. So that's how I think about it, and I just put it out without thinking that much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I think it ended up being a really good decision because your songs that you created in English were really big hits, and they did kind of make it out of Thailand. Even until now, I think you've developed like a really strong fan base of people who love you for you, regardless of what language you sing in, like you said just now. So your first English single was Drive. And then you did Smoke as well, another like really good song, and then Brassak. Am I saying that right?
Yes, it is. It's Brassak.
Brassak.
If you want to pronounce it right, it's Brassak.
Yeah. I'll let you take Brassak is fine. But I think like from what people can tell from you is that same storytelling concept was there in all three. But when you write your music, do you pull from like experiences that really happen in your life? Are these all like personal stories that you kind of tell in a like very subtle way through your music?
There are things that is very personal and personal experience, but there are also things where it comes from like a very silly kind of situation, but also like I extract some of the truth in it, like put in it, but the beginning of how it became a song is just very silly.
What's the beginning?
Okay, I don't know if I should say, but like okay, I'm gonna say it here. The first time ever. The song Smoke, it says like I don't smoke, but I'll go outside with you. It's a very sexy romantic song, like a dark vibe. But how it became this song is because of one of the song in the album. It's called We Own This World. It's the feeling of when you're high, like you're high, and then like on happiness, and you felt like this is where like okay, this world belongs to us, and it's only like the two of us. And I felt like it was at the point where it feels like it could be like a bad influence from the song. So I felt like, I don't want to be a bad influence. So I'm just gonna say that I don't smoke.
Okay, I get you. I get you. It's really cool how you manage to like put all of these like real life experiences into your own music. It must feel like a superpower almost that you get to like inspire so many people through your real life experiences. Do you ever find it like hard to like write a song if you're like going through something, or has it ever been that it's like a really tough experience for you to write about? Does the writing help you manage through these things?
Yes and no. I mean, like, a lot of times I process my feelings through writing, but there are times where I couldn't write because I was still going through it, you know, and I couldn't process it that much, and it couldn't become a song. So, I mean, to answer your questions, I feel like it's hard to write a song, but also it's easy when you already process all your feelings and, you know, you sing and you know what to say and, you know, put it in words. But when you don't even know what you're feeling, you just don't know how to write it out.
Yeah, I guess. I can kind of relate. I mean, I'm not a singer, but I can kind of relate with what you're saying. But it seems like...
It's exactly like when you're telling your friends, like, okay, you feel like you're so heartbroken, but you don't know how you're, like, what is your feeling like this. It's so complex that you don't know anymore how you feel.
Yeah. Maybe sometimes you just need some time to kind of process it by yourself, and then you can start telling people or writing the music, right? Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break to talk about your acting projects for a little bit before we come back to music. So your film credits are really, really cool as well. You started, your first one was The Swimmers and Scene 37, I think, and then you did Heart Attack, Lost in Blue, A Gift, Die Tomorrow, Heartbeat. I have the whole list, girl. I did the homework, and you also did some TV series as well. So you've done a lot of acting, and you've won awards for your acting as well. Did you ever think, like, when you entered The Voice, did you ever think that you would end up being able to like add actress to your resume as well? Was that like a secret dream?
Being honest, I would say yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I think maybe when I was really young, you know, sometimes you're just playing with your siblings, like, okay, you're gonna be the mom, I'll be the dad, and we're, you know, pretending a lot of stuff when you were young, like,
yeah.
You know, and I would call it like, okay, playing in films, like playing movies. We would call it like that when we were young, and we would create this character that we want to play for this story. So, in a way, I think maybe I manifested in some ways.
She's the queen of manifesting. She got her acting jobs, but you did really, really well in acting.
Very delusional that it became true.
It's okay, girl. Delulu is the Salulu. TikTok taught me that.
Yeah. TikTok taught me a lot of things nowadays.
Girl, same. Tell me about it. So I guess amongst all of the dramas and films you've acted on, which, okay, firstly, is it different to you when you are acting in a project that you also have sung on the OST for? That must feel super special.
Yeah, it does. It is, yes.
Which is maybe like a couple of your favorite projects, or if you have one like all-time favorite project that you've ever acted in your career?
All-time favorite project. I wouldn't say like if I have like the favorite one, but like the recent one is very special to me. It's One for the Road. Mm-hmm. I get to film in New York, and I was living in New York for a month with all like the actors, and which they are my friends. And I mean, we live in the same apartment. It was really fun. We were like flatmates. So it was really kind of cool experience for us to be like in New York together, filming this. And, you know, on the day off, we would see New York's together.
That's so fun. If I'm not mistaken, your director for this was
Yes.
𝙁𝙊𝙀𝙀, right?
He's the producer.
Oh, he's the producer. He's awesome as well. But what did you guys do in your off day in New York? There's so many things to do, but I just like imagine you guys are like filming, and like even the behind the scenes sounds like it's a movie.
I mean, I went to see the Broadway show. Yeah, there's so many things to do in New York, and we went to see like Broadway shows. I saw like Book of Mormon and Wicked.
So good.
Also, I wanted to see. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, because the price of the tickets is very high. So we were staying there for a month, right? So we know that we could try to do like the lottery, and we kept doing the lottery until we got it.
For the tickets? I didn't even know there was a lottery.
Yeah, for the lottery ticket.
Oh, but Book of Mormon is so good.
And it's a very, very good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had so much fun watching it. I laughed a lot.
It's so funny. Have you ever been in a musical?
No, never. I mean,
if there ever is an opportunity, I hope
really
you
want
do.
to try.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to try, but it takes so much time and so much dedication, and I don't know if I could do that much. If I still do music like this and still tour and, you know.
Yeah, but it would be perfect for you
we'll
because
see.
you can act and you can sing. It would be perfect.
But it's a whole lot different thing, like acting for camera and acting for like stage.
Theater is different, yeah, in terms of like the technique that you need to use, right?
But it could be fun.
Sounds like it would
Yeah,
be.
your body has to be like very using the body.
Using the stage, projecting from your diaphragm, all of that. So when it comes to acting, do you have a favorite genre that you like to act in, or like a type of genre that either you have acted in or haven't acted in yet that is your absolute all-time favorite?
I would love to act in like a romantic comedy kind of film.
Yeah? I think that's a really cute genre.
Yeah, because I want to do comedy. Like right now, I've always done like the very kind of serious acting, and you know sometimes it's very like a lot of things that you have to hold during those times. So I felt like I want to be lightheaded and doing comedies without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like really fun.
Yeah. I've seen some clips of like the acting that you've done, and you've done like some really heavy like crying scenes and stuff like that. How do you kind of process the emotions after you've done something as heavy as that to kind of like make yourself feel normal again?
I mean, I like crying.
Okay.
It's very therapeutic, you know, when you cry, you just let out all your emotions. Once it's cut, it's all done. Like, okay, I'm good now. Like, you know, you already let it all out.
Yeah. That's a really interesting answer. I've never thought of it like that, actually. It's like that is the therapy, like the crying.
Yeah, so I mean, like, where else, if you cry alone, it's such a waste of tears. But if you cry in front of the camera, that's how you make money.
Exactly. If you're gonna cry, someone better be paying you. I love it. Okay. So I think what's interesting for an actress is that you've also studied like cinematography, filmmaking. You know what it is. Would you ever consider producing your own, like, I guess, movie or TV show?
I mean, I have produced my own music video.
Mm-hmm. That was my next question,
I write
actually.
like script for my music video. Yeah, so like I already did that. I mean, I wanted to direct, but I knew already that, oh my God, it's so much pressure, and also there's so many things that I still don't know about. So I felt like, okay, I will write the script for the music video, but I'm not gonna direct it. I'm just gonna let the director direct it, like one of my friends.
Yeah.
That we wrote like the script together, because I don't think I can juggle between acting and like direct.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think like if it's your own music video, you're already doing so much. It's your song, you wrote the song, you wrote the treatment for the music video. You're also in front of the camera. Like, girl, if you're doing directing as well, that's a lot for you to handle.
I'll be like superhuman.
Really, you probably have to like divide yourself into
But
like
no,
16
I enjoy
pieces.
it.
Yeah. But how does it feel as an artist? Do you think it's like it gives you even more control over how you want to tell your story when you're the one that's writing and also like kind of creating the concepts for your music videos?
Yes, I think it's very fun, and I mean I feel like I get to learn new things every day. I think for doing like music video, and also like I get to tell the stories that I feel like it really goes with the song, but of how I see it. Sometimes, you know, when you see some things for your music video, but you didn't write your own script, you just talk to the director and let the director create their own art. it's really fun to do collab, right? That too. But sometimes it just doesn't want to, like, it doesn't show what I want to see in a music video for like that song.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So that's why I tried writing. Really fun, but also really stressful.
It must feel like you're responsible for like a lot of the music. But so far, you've done a really good job. Actually, with every single track you've put out has always been incredibly successful. So you're clearly doing something right.
Thank you. I mean, I have like a great team. So
yeah, it always takes a team too. I guess like in your experience of having this multi-hyphenated career of not just being a singer but also an actor. I hear you do some hosting as well, and you've also made some vlogs for YouTube. There's so much on your plate. What was the most challenging aspect of being able to pull all of this together?
I mean, I think it's the focus. Like, I think the vlog for me, to me, it's still very about music. So it's like a spin-off of how I'm promoting my music. So I didn't see it as like, oh, it's a vlog, I have to juggle. It's not like that, because I know my own goal is like music. So for acting is like part-time job. It's just a project, like a short thing. But music is like every day for me. So I think I know what's my focus is, and that's why I'm going where I want to go.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever found it like a bit difficult to keep your focus when there's like so many things pulling you in different directions? And I think also in a music industry, from what I've seen from my friends who are also musicians, sometimes you get put into a box or you get told what you're supposed to be that people are gonna love. Like, how did you maintain your personality like so strongly and your control over your own sound, your own stories? Was that ever tough for you?
I think it's my stubbornness. Like, it's my parents. They raised me like this, and I'm just like this. I don't know. A lot of time people would say like, I need to do this, do that. I mean, I would listen, and I would take that in and see like, okay, I will try to meet that, but like in my own way.
To like compromise, I guess.
So I feel like, yeah, I think compromise. But sometimes I'm not very compromising. So it's the stubbornness too.
Yeah. Which is fair, because I don't think anyone else can tell you what is best for you that's better than what you know for yourself, right? In a way.
I mean, not always. Sometimes you're blind. Yeah, in a way, there are things when you feel you know and you can be confident about it. But sometimes when you're not that confident, it's nice to have people around you who are very genuine with you and want the best for you, and they're telling you what you should do, and you're just, take that information in and maybe sit with it for a little bit before you make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I mean, it seems very balanced. When it comes to like a team, now that you kind of like look after your own thing and you're managing yourself within your own company and everything, like how long did it take you to get to a place where you feel like now you can really tackle everything within, because you're also running your business on top of that, right? You're building a team, you're making sure that you've got all of these pieces in place. Like, how did you do that?
I have a team. That's why I take my brain off, because I know the people that I can trust, and I just let them do their job, and I would focus on my music.
And it all just like fits into place.
It just go by itself.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like, not all the time that it would run smooth, but it's all right. I guess like it's just we're learning along the way too.
Yeah, you make it sound really easy, but it's actually really tough. So, I mean, good job. All right, so
well, I mean, I cry a lot, like I said.
But you're being paid for it, so that's okay. Because it's all on camera. Okay, so how do you feel about the music industry in Thailand, and I guess also in Southeast Asia now that you're like going to be coming to Malaysia and stuff like that? How do you feel about creating music that doesn't just speak to your own country, but to the entire region and even beyond that?
I mean, I'm very proud and so happy to hear how my music can affect people and how people can relate to a song. I mean, I always see like music is like the soundtrack of each people's life. And sometimes I'm just creating like the soundtrack of my own life. And it's so cool that I get to see people take this music and it became their soundtrack too. So I'm just very thankful of everything and grateful that everyone can relate to that music, and I'm so happy to be performing in Malaysia soon. So
I know. It's going to be super, super exciting. But before that, I do want to ask you about You Better Love Me, which was in July. If I'm not mistaken, that was your first ever concert?
Yeah, it's like the concert where you only come to see me with all the productions and everything.
How was it? It looked so good. Your outfits were so amazing. Your performances, like from what I've seen, were on point. Your stage presence is giving. How was it to have your own concert, to know that like you're looking at the audience and everybody there is there only for you? That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's I mean, I will remember that day for the rest of my life. I already know it. And I mean, it just really gives me the reason to go on, and it assures me that I'm going on the right track, and I know that what I'm doing this for, who I'm doing this for. And I mean, like the moment that we were in that hall, we were exchanging all the vibes and everything. I was singing, people were very energetic, they were singing with me. We had a great time. And I mean, to have like the whole production, and like, you know, we had to build like the show from the ground up, like the stage and everything. So like the crew, I mean, it was a very, very fun experience, and I learned so much things, and I just want to make a new album and make that happen again.
I think you should. So were you very involved in the entire process, from the staging to like everything?
I mean, I am, but like I have a show director, so he helps a lot. Also music director. Like we have so many people behind the scenes that you don't know. It was like hundreds of people working on this show. So it wasn't just me, you know.
How long did it take you?
I'm involved because I'm like the artist. I was the one who delivered the performance.
Yeah. How long did it take you guys to like prep to do your first ever concert?
For like production wise, 3 months. But for the project, I mean, we have to like talk to the clients or anything. I mean, I know there's people who were doing that since like, I think it was seven months that we were working on this project.
Were you really nervous, like on the day? Do you remember how you were feeling?
I was really nervous on the day that I was selling the tickets. Like the day of the show, I was less nervous than the selling tickets day, because I felt like, oh, I'm so afraid people are not gonna come. Are they gonna buy my tickets? Like, you know. But I mean, since it sold out in 2 hours, I knew like I can do anything. They're gonna love it because they're there for me. And I was really nervous, but also I was really having fun, and I know everyone who was in that hall, we love each other, and we're gonna have fun together no matter what.
That's so nice. Yeah. It feels like such a family kind of like vibe that you've managed to create, which is super powerful. You have another concert.
It's very warm.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you have another concert coming up in October, which is the Four Queens concert, right?
Yes.
How's that going to be? Because that's going to be fun as well, because you've got like 3 friends performing with you as well.
Yes, so we're like the 4 female artists in Thailand, and we're like, okay, you know, let's do some concert collabs, and it's going to be very interesting because I keep saying we're going to be like the new girl group of Thailand, but we'll see if it's going to be like that or not.
Oh, that's so
It's
cute.
going to be like 4 main vocals, no main dance at all.
Because I looked at the poster and I was like confused. I was like, is this a TV show? Is this like a film? Like, because it looks so cool. It looks like the Winx Club or something. I was like, damn, girls, okay.
Winx Club, I love it.
Right? You guys look like 4 fairies. I was like, I'm not sure if this is a movie or if this is a concert. And then I found out it was a concert. I was like, that's really cool. Are you going to be excited for that as well?
Yes, I am. And it's going to be very fun and less stressful than like the solo concert, because you have 3 other friends who will, like, you know, take this pressure together, and it will take some off of you.
Yeah, and it's like just in time for your birthday as well, right? Because it's on the 7th of October. And yours is on the 10th of October.
Oh my God, you did your homework.
Of course I did my homework.
Yes.
I have a fun fact for you, actually. My birthday and yours are really, really close. My birthday is 10 days after you.
Oh, 20th of October.
Yeah.
Nice, with the Libra girl.
Yeah, we're Libra girls. Okay, so now that we've spoken about the 2 concerts that you had this year in Thailand, which is your very first concert, and also for Queens, which is coming up in October, you're also going to be performing in KL, and that's going to be on the 17th. Yes. Okay, so my question is, when we hear about artists like from the region or internationally that are coming to Malaysia, I kind of automatically assume that they're going on tour. But for you, you're specifically making a stop in Malaysia. Why did you choose Malaysia?
Somebody contacted me and we were like, yes, please. Like we've always wanted to go anywhere. And I mean, it's a rare opportunity for me to perform outside of Thailand. So I'm very excited to be performing in KL for the first time. So yeah, we're preparing for that.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I think your fans are really, really excited about it as well. But I asked you this just now before we started recording the episode. Have you ever been to Malaysia before?
I've been to once when I was very, very, very young.
Do you remember much, or was it just too long ago?
So, I mean, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. So this is going to be like
it doesn't count, I guess.
Yeah, this is your first proper time coming, and you're coming as an artist performing your own show here. That's awesome. Okay, do you...
Yes. And I mean, that's just like the first time to do that anywhere too. Because I've been to like Singapore, but like for a festival, or Taiwan, but like festival as well. So this is like my first show ever outside of Thailand. That is not for anybody else. So I'm like, oh.
I love that. I feel like as Malaysians, we're making history. How do you feel about performing outside of Thailand, especially when your repertoire includes songs in like both English and also in Thai? Like, how do you feel about that? Because I think that, I mean, for the most part, I know that, as you said, like music transcends boundaries, but did you feel nervous at any point? How's the preparation? What are you thinking in terms of like building your set list?
Well, it's a little stressful and nervous because, I mean, I don't very know my fans in Malaysia. We haven't hang out yet. I don't know like that much of statistic. What do you listen to? And so I'm like, I'm not sure which one to go first and which one to go last, or, you know, because I don't know which one are the popular one in Malaysia. So we'll see. I'm building a set list, and I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll try. We'll see.
I think like you'll be surprised. Anything that you put together, as long as it feels like authentic for you, I'm pretty sure we're gonna love it. I'm pretty sure. So
okay, please like be there and like scream for me at least, just to make me feel welcome.
Of course. I was gonna ask, do you already have any friends in KL, or I mean, you have us, but like other than us, have you ever like, do you know any Malaysians?
Yeah, you're my first friend. You're my first friend
really?
in Malaysia.
Okay,
no, I
so
don't know anyone, but you know. I know you know.
How long are you coming for? I know your show is only one day.
You're gonna take me to work.
Yes, we should definitely. I'll take you to like all of the local places to go and find the best food.
That's a deal.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Alright guys, it's time for a giveaway. Kita dah tahu, mesti korang tak sabar nak tengok Violette Wautier live in Malaysia. So, hari ni, we have a very fun giveaway for you guys. So, kita akan ada 2 pemenang, and each of our pemenang akan menang 2 tickets and a lanyard and a poster untuk tengok Violette Wautier. So macam mana nak menang? Senang je. All you gotta do is repost any of our content from today's episode to your IG story dan jawab soalan berikut. Are you ready? The question is, what is the date of Violette Wautier live in KL? Amy dah sebut banyak kali dalam this episode, so I hope you guys were paying attention. Bila korang buat your IG story repost, nanti jangan lupa untuk follow dan tag at Studio Sembang, at Violette Wautier, dan also at Live Pass Asia, and also set your profiles to public, so nanti kita boleh tengok you guys punya IG story juga, okay? All the best, and we hope to see you there. Good luck with the giveaway. Now, back to the show. In the meantime, we have prepared some Malaysian words to teach you, to help you with anything that you need to say on stage. So we've got a list for you. Are you down to learn some Malay words with me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the first one is apa khabar?
Apa khabar?
Exactly. And that means, how are you?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so if you want to ask anyone, like, how are you, just say, apa kabar?
But do you answer with yes or
Oh, no, you
with
say
how?
good. You would say, like, if somebody asks you, like, apa kabar, it
Good, that's
literally
it.
means, how are you? So you'd answer, like, good, I'm tired, I'm whatever you're feeling. Yeah.
I see.
Is there any other phrase that you want to learn before coming to Malaysia?
Delicious.
Delicious. Oh, this is easy. Sedap.
Sedap.
Yeah, it's S-E-D-A-P, sedap, means delicious.
Sedap. Okay.
Yeah.
That then I'll when you take me anywhere, I'll be like sedap.
Exactly. That's all you need to know because our food is so good here. This is the most important word that I think you could ever teach anyone coming to Malaysia. Sedap. Okay.
Okay.
So,
what else can I know? Make some noise.
make some noise. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. Hang on a second. How do you say make some noise, Ben? What, bising? It doesn't really work. I guess, like, we wouldn't really say make some noise. We'd basically say, like, how are you? Apa kabar? That's pretty much what people say on stage. That's what we've seen before.
Like,
make
no,
some
okay.
noise. I guess you could just say make some noise, you know?
Yeah.
Just go for it in English.
Yeah, in English.
I'm
Yeah,
going to be
I'll
so
be
much
fine,
in
yeah.
so much trouble when the Malaysian watch this. They're going to be like, Amelia, give a proper class. I think as long as you know apa kabar, you're going to be fine on stage when it comes to teaching people. The rest, I will take you out for some really sedap food, and I'll bring a book and we'll, like, learn how to say more things in Bahasa together. But before I let you go, we have one last segment, which is the rapid fire segment. So are you ready? Okay. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Oh, that's a very hard one. I never know how to answer this, but I'm gonna say Interstellar. Let's go with
Interstellar? Ooh, interesting choice. Okay, next one. If you had to pick, and I know this is a horrible question, but if you had to pick only one of your most favorite song of yours ever.
It's like choosing your kids. Like, do you love your daughter or your son more? I mean, lately my favorite one for now, it's how do you say in English? เ10 Wait, what's it called in English again? I forgot. I know this. It's my song. Oh, it's Be Honest. The in English name is Be Honest.
Be honest. Okay. The next, look at me. I'm forgetting how to say make some noise in Bahasa, and you're forgetting the English translation. We're not doing good at translation today. Okay, next rapid fire question. If you could collab with any artist in the world, who would it be?
In the world?
In the world, any artist.
I mean, I know who I want to collab in, like, Southeast Asia.
Okay, who?
In Southeast, it would be like 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙁.
Okay. I guess, like, Southeast Asia is a part of the world, so that answer is totally acceptable.
Yeah. But I mean, I have a list. I have a list of people who I want to collab.
Okay, you're the queen of manifesting, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna all happen.
Satu. This is how you do it in Thai, like Satu.
How do you
It's
say
like
that again?
amen. Satu.
Satu.
Yeah.
Okay, my pronunciation is so bad, but... okay, next rapid fire question is most memorable fan experience that you've ever had?
I would say, like, at You Better Love Me concert.
Yeah? Is there any story specifically?
Yeah.
What happened?
Apparently they have, like, their project that they want to surprise me. And during one of the songs, they just start lighting up all the flashes together where they put, like, a purple sticker on the flash, and the lights became a little purple everywhere. Like, you know, the purple stars during, like,
in the audience.
the show. And
so
I was like,
nice.
oh my God, like, what are you doing?
That's so nice. That must have felt so special for you. Okay.
It is.
Your second last rapid fire question is, if you could only choose one place to travel to for the rest of your life, where would it be?
The rest of my life,
But you can only travel to one place. Yeah.
Does Thailand count?
No, Thailand,
count, right?
you live there, so that's fine. But one place outside of Thailand, and you can only travel there.
Can I pick two?
Okay, you can.
I would say France, because my family's there.
Mm-hmm.
But also Japan, because I just really love Japan.
And also you were born there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Japan
so
too.
like 3 homes. 3 of my house.
That's so nice. It's really special, I think, to come from so many different ethnicities, right? You've got one final rapid fire question. Do you have a favorite joke?
My favorite joke?
Yeah, your favorite joke.
My face? That's a joke.
I did not see that coming at all. I mean, you definitely have me laughing. I like them behind the camera. They're laughing too. Are you serious? Girl.
No, it's a joke. So
it's a joke.
I'm just making a joke right now.
Yeah. Well, we prepared one for you.
Yeah, but normally it would be meaner than that, but like we're keep it civilized here. I just know you. I don't want to be mean to you. So.
I have one joke that we prepared for you, but our jokes are always like really lame on this show. You might have heard this one before.
I want to hear it. It's like dad joke.
It's a dad joke, but I'm not. You've probably heard this one before. What did Jay-Z call his wife before they got married?
I know, I've never heard of it before.
You've never heard this one?
No. Beyonce? I don't know.
Fiance.
Darling?
Fiance.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have heard that one before. I'm glad you haven't, because at least I get to tell it to you first.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a cool joke. Dad, but also cool. I like dad jokes.
Thank you. I like dad jokes too. We're very, very lame here. Anyways, that brings us to the end of our show for today. Thank you so much, Violette, for spending time with us. We had so much fun, and we cannot wait to see you,
so much
in KL. It's going to be on the 27th after both of our birthdays, and I will be there with my team, and we'll be like, yeah, from the audience.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. I had so much fun talking to you too.
Oh, me too. I'm so excited for you. I think you've got such a big year ahead with your concerts coming up, and the one that you just finished as well. So I think it's going to be like only big things for you from here. So I'm so excited to see. So itu dia interview kita bersama Violette Wautier yang akan perform dekat The Exchange Hall dekat Kuala Lumpur pada 17 Oktober yang akan datang. So jangan lupa untuk join the giveaway so kita boleh layan konsert Violette sama-sama nanti. Okay, don't forget to say hi if you're there. And terima kasih sekali lagi sebab korang ada bersama kami untuk episod ini. Jangan lupa kita akan bertemu sekali lagi next week, same time, same place for another episode of Studio Sembang. Bye!